percentage of a great business. The people who aren't wealthy is because they don't own nothing. You only have your money sitting in cash. If your money is just sitting in cash, realistically, you're becoming poorer every day. The key to wealth is through ownership. At about 9 or 10, I saw my moms get shot in front of my face. My early years were surrounded with violence. I saw my mom selling drugs. I saw my mom robbing. I saw my moms get robbed. I saw her get shot. And then she later on went to prison, right? So I saw that early. At 14, my mom was in prison and I lost my grandmother, which was who I was living with at the time. 14, I'm homeless. I'm just on survival mode. Like the world, I just want to get to the next day. I want to make as much money as I can selling crack. So at 16, I go to prison for attempted murder on robbery. But in prison, I had a fight with two of my homies. In prison, we fight for like 4 hours. Jeez, back to back. I'm just fighting one after another one. Like we just fight. And I go to solitary confinement. And at this time, Orleans Parish Prison is considered like one of the worst parish prisons in the United States of America, right? And I go to the cell and I meet this white guy. That was the turning point of my life. He was like, man, listen, man, there's a game that's being played and you're playing a game that you can't win. For a minute, I just started thinking about the people who I knew that was in the streets. Everybody lost, everybody suffered the same fate. He has on a red and white band at the time. The red and white band means you're in federal custody. The first 3 things was he said, listen, man, wealthy people do 3 things, man. They stop trading time for money. They make their money work for them. And they give as much value to people as they can. And we got a little deeper into that. He said, the reason why you give people so much value is because if you give them so much value, they'll never leave you. They'll always be for them. Definitely. And you will never need for anything as long as you give value to people. And so I learned that as I got older. That part really didn't make sense to me at the time. But the money working for you part, and I was like, what the hell? How do you make your money work for you? Again, all I know is how to go get money. That's all I know. So later on in that, he says, wealthy people do 3 things. So we in the cell for about 45 days. Every conversation with him about money and transition was always wealthy people do. So he says, wealthy people, first they get into stocks, then they start a business, and then they get real estate. So when people ask me, how do I get into stocks? It's because I follow that route. And so I just, my rest of my time in prison, I wanted to be that. I wanted to be a part of that wealthy conversation. And so what happened to me was it started reminding me of being in the streets. Everything about it. And I heard this term one time that said, the real gangsters are on Wall Street. The real gangsters are in the government. And I was like, damn. The reason why people think wealthy people or people with money are sinister is because that's what you kind of taught in the hood. Like you kind of taught like the people who really have money, like they did some wicked shit to get it. They did some backstabbing, cut, get it, and you'll never get that, right? And so that same mentality now happens on a lower level, right? The hustling, the dope dealing. So now you think like, yo, I gotta just do sinister to get money. And then the people who are successful in the drug game, they're looking at the people at the top like, damn, I wanna be that. But the people at the bottom will never get a taste of that. And so now we just kind of living off ambition. And so now the people who in the middle who work in, they're like, oh, them people with money, they all crooks. Because being at the bottom teaches you to envy people at the top. It just happens. It's something that brews down there, right? It's kind of like when you cook. I don't know if you had gumbo before, right? But it's kind of when you cook food, right? The base goes to the bottom. And so most people live in that bottom, never knowing how they'll get up there, right?
I remember, so when I was working in the inner cities, I remember having this moment where I was like, wait a second, this is not an intelligence problem. Intelligence is evenly distributed. Like I remember saying to my wife, the next Elon Musk is going to be found somewhere in Compton. The problem is he doesn't believe in himself. Yep. And so he's not going to do anything. And so I became obsessed with this idea that generational poverty is not about money, it's about mindset. Now, it will manifest as money, but it is that. So I remember I had one kid come to me and I was the first person that told him, you can be successful. Like, why do you not think you can be successful? It didn't even make sense to me. And he was like, well, My mom always told me that the world didn't want to see people that look like me succeed. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? I'm like, even if your mom had good intentions, that is the worst advice ever. Because if you think you can't be successful, that will govern the way that you move, right? So Kobe Bryant, people that have listened to me for a while have heard this quote 1,000 times, but boos don't block dunks. The world can hate you all they want. But if you're good enough, think about this. The best basketball players in the world were paid millions of dollars to stop Kobe Bryant from scoring, and the scored 81 points in a single game. 81 points. When you've got 5 people paid millions of dollars actively trying to stop you, and they can't because you've gotten that good. That to me is the game of money. People can not want you to succeed all they want, but if you out-invest them, they can't stop you. So if people are not encouraging you to read, you're not going to read.
What happens is now, no one now believes that it's possible. Once you keep passing that down, you start accepting the lower level. And then there's a few of us or a few people who said, nah, I'm an outlier, yo. Like, I'm about to go for it. And then whatever happens, I'm with it. You feel me? So for me, again, one of the greatest things that happened to me was my mother telling me, like, the world is raw and you got to get how you live. But I also saw my grandmother be a legal entrepreneur. So I saw it from both worlds. So while I'm in prison, I pick up a habit of reading. That was the game changer for me. On the streets, I never had the opportunity to just sit down and read because I'm always trying to survive. In prison, there was no longer a survivor mode there. I started hustling in prison. So I was working in the laundry. And so your clothes don't really get clean. So I found a hustle like, yo, I'll wash your clothes when we do it, but it's $5 or $25 a month. So that gave me a whole another set of money. And then I started being like a numbers dude. How Vegas have the numbers, the betting. I became a numbers guy. So I used to get up in the mornings and watch CNBC. So now you people in prison, they love to watch The Young and the Restless. And so I would have to get up before them to watch like Squawk Box, Jim Cramer. And I'd be like, damn, they love all this money and they're not risking their life. Something gotta change for me. Like something gotta change. And so I just started listening to them every day and I started comparing it to the streets. A good business is just like a good hustler. A good business has great product. They have great clientele. A great hustler has a great product. He has consistent clientele. A good business on the stock market has what's called a moat, a competitive edge that keeps his competitors away. A good hustler on the street is going to have that competitive edge where they be like, nah, yo, I ain't rocking with you. I'm going to just wait till Trap come back, right? So there's the competitive edge. A good business has a good branding moat, meaning my name is good, right? So a good hustler on the street, yo, Trap got that blue magic. I'm good on you. Like if I can't get Trap, I'm going to just go try. But Trap got that blue magic. That's what I'm rocking with. Branding moat, right? That's it. A great business on the stock market has more assets, more liquidity than debt. A good hustler on the street is if you don't learn how to fund your business, if you're operating where all you have is re-up money, you're not going to last long. So those components reminded me the same. On the stock market or in the world, if a company's paying tariffs, that's equivalent to a dude on the street going pay draft to go hustle in somebody's hood. Like you can't hustle over here unless you pay me draft. It's the same as a tariff. It's the same thing. Yeah. So once I broke the game down to a way that I can understand it, it wasn't about me just being brilliant. It was like, yo, how do I make the game winnable for me? Like once you start understanding the fundamentals, you give yourself power because you now understand, like you said, you see how the machine works, right? And so most people look at the machine and marvel and say most people look at the stock market, 98% of the people who I know look at the stock market and say, yo, that's not a game I can play. I'm staying away from it. And so the way it's set up is the world is set up, well, listen, cool, I don't even want you to play it. Just give me your money, I'll play it for you. So when we look at like banks, like we understand that banks don't necessarily work in our favor, right? So banks only give us 0.05% interest on the money we have there. Well, we can get 8% just by putting our money in the index fund. So why would I just sit my money in the bank and let the bank make all the money? Because all they're gonna do is invest the money for you. So they now operating as the plug. They operate now as the man who, I'm gonna front you this, I'm gonna make my money. I'm gonna take the cut. I'm gonna give you just enough to keep coming back. I won't go to the plug. Who is the plug? The stock market. The relationship with money in my community is you make money just enough to pay bills. And so once you get tired of paying bills, you say, you know what? I need to treat myself to something, right? No matter if I got to go in debt, no matter if I need to treat myself to something to take this misery away. So you treat yourself to something that you can't afford at the time, right? But it makes you feel good in the moment. And so because it makes you feel good, you say, you know what? I'm living. This is a reprieve from everyday struggle. So that's the mindset comes in and say, everybody around me had the same problem.
Man, he's dropping sauce. I kind of like want to watch the whole thing with you guys, but it's time to start. It's time to get this call started. What's up, family? Grand Rising. Hope everybody is having a blessed morning. I know I am. I'm super blessed and grateful. Let me close this door real quick. I'll drop the link for that real quick right here, so you guys can have access to it. Let me. Oh man, I actually ended it. Let me bring it back up real quick. But I'm super excited to be on this call. Just finished up my whole morning routine. I know we started a few minutes late, but it was just overall just really good morning routine. I finished my book. The Power of Now, which I'm super grateful for. This is the link for the video I was just watching. That's the link right there. But finally finished it. Really good book, man. If I tell you guys, this book helped me a lot in the phase that I'm in my life. What's up, fam? The phase that I'm in my life helped me a lot. I feel like I was struggling with presence and a few things in life and just surrendering to, what was happening in my life overall. And it was something that I needed to know and understand. And, it really put a lot of things into perspective for me. And, this book, I recommend it. It's not a book for everybody. I feel like you need to be in that phase in your life to want to read this book. Like I said, it all depends on what phase you're in your life. That was the phase that I was in my life. And I felt like I needed, to understand the power of now and being present in the moment. And, just understanding that, I have to accept what's now, right? I said it yesterday, we got to forget about what's in the past. We can't focus on, what's in the future. We got to focus on the now. We got to know that the best thing that we can do, the only moment that we have is this moment right now, right here today. So, reading this book put a lot of things into perspective for me. It taught a lot of things to me that I really needed to know and understand when it comes to surrender, when it comes to sacrifice, when it just comes to a lot of things. So it was a really great book overall. It always feels good to finish reading a book because, it feels accomplished, and it's amazing. The next book I'm going to be reading, like I told you guys, actually, it's under my laptop, so I had to lift up my laptop. But the next book I'm going to be reading is The Mamba Mentality by Kobe Bryant. I want to read this book because I know I'm going to read it fast because it's a book I've always wanted to read. I know it looks like a big book, but it's actually not big at all because, sometimes it's chapters, like a page is like this, and it's just a short read. But, for those who know me, you guys know Kobe is somebody that I've idolized and I've looked up to, his mindset and everything. And I want to really embrace and understand. Yes, it's written by him. And it's something that I really always wanted to embody. And I know the Mamba mentality. But, and for those who are wondering, what is the Mamba mentality? The Mamba mentality is all about becoming the best version of yourself. Like, how can you truly become the best version of yourself? And that's something that I've always understood and I've always wanted to become. So, I'm going to read that book. I know it's going to be a quick read. It'll probably take me like 2 weeks to read it. I'm already like 50, 60 pages in and I've only read it like 2 days. So I'm just super excited for that book. And then I got some other books. I have a lot of books that are in the, what's next. So I'm excited. I'm always reading, I'm always learning, but I'm always going to be going back to the power of now so I can educate myself more on what it is. But I'm looking forward to it. Put a 1 in the chat box if you did your morning routine this morning. Who did their morning routine this morning? put a one in the chat box if you did your morning routine this morning. I did. I feel really, really good. I had a friend of mine meet up with me, and we had a good conversation while we were there. So it was awesome all the way around. Let's go, let's go. That's what it's all about. Doing your morning routine, amazing, amazing, amazing. And now that we're on the call, let's practice some gratitude. I want to practice some gratitude. What is one thing that you are grateful for this morning? My meditation this morning, my intention behind the meditation was just to practice just gratitude today, man. That was just such a good meditation that I did this morning. Just truly practicing gratitude. I was grateful for so much. And we'll start off more gratitude here, but I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for his grace. I'm grateful for my mom, my dad, my little brother, my goddaughter, Dadiana. I'm extremely grateful for, everyone in my family, my day one brothers. I'm grateful for life in general, just everything that's happening in my life on a day-to-day basis. I'm grateful for, the team, the leaders within my organization. I'm extremely grateful for the books I get a chance to read, the wisdom, the protection, my health. Grateful for all that's happening in my life on a day-to-day basis. I'm grateful for the whole Mornings with Nano community. I'm grateful for Sana. I'm grateful for Jasmine. I'm grateful for the roof over my head, the food I get to eat every day, the energy I have on a day-to-day basis, and just everyone who's on my side, my mentors. There's just so much to be grateful for, and I just want to let you guys know that it's a great day. We're growing, we're elevating, and things are working in our favor. Things are always increasing and getting better. And, we expect miracles and we get miracles. Today is Christmas, family. So let's get this call started. I know yesterday we had a really, really good call to start off the week, and it was a call that was well needed. Today, I kind of want to just talk more about the mission that we're on, and I got some good notes for us here today that I want to cover with you guys. So I want to talk about today the 5 secrets to a purpose-driven life, to a purpose-driven business. Sorry about that. The 5 secrets to a purpose-driven business. Okay. And I wanted to cover this because I was sitting down earlier today and I was thinking, I'm like, man, what do I want to help the family with? Because, I know we talk about different things, different days, different intentions, but I know that a lot of us are in our businesses right now and we're working towards, creating a successful business that can fund our lifestyle and can help us with accomplishing what we're looking to accomplish in life in general. So, I wanted to make sure I covered something really, really powerful today. So that's going to be today's topic is the 5 secrets to a purpose-driven business. The 5 secrets. Okay. And this was given to me by my 7-figure mentor. And he broke this down for me in a way that made a lot of sense so that we can break this all down. So I want you guys to write this down. I want you guys to take notes on this. I want you guys to teach on this, because this is something that we all need to know in order for us to create the success that we want to create. Okay. Now, this is very key. So let's get right into it. So the first secret, okay, to creating a purpose-driven business, number 1, is you must get into an optimum state of mind for maximum performance every day. Okay. That's secret number 1. You must get into an optimum state of mind for maximum performance every single day. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that one more time. Secret number 1 is you must get in an optimum state of mind for maximum performance every single day. And it's so amazing because, this secret, the first secret, it's so amazing to me because now that I think about it, is like every single one of you guys that did your morning routine, you guys just put yourself in an optimum state of mind. I'm right now, I'm in an optimum state of mind. I did my reading, I did my journaling, I did my meditation, I did my prayer this morning. I drank some water, right? I'm in an optimum state of mind going into my day. So what he said is the secret, remember, listen to what we're going over. We're going over the secrets to building a purpose-driven business. Purpose-driven business. Okay. And the first one, okay, is getting in the optimum state of mind for maximum performance, right? Because you got to think about it. there's certain people today that woke up and then they just went straight to their job, or they went straight to their, to go about their day. But then they were people that prepared themselves for it, right? Before they went into it. That's why they say, lack of preparation leads to poor performance, right? So what he means by getting in an optimum state of mind, if we look up the definition of optimum, let's just look it up just to see what it tells us. Optimum definition. Because that's how we're able to break things down on a more different level, right? Right? It says the optimum says most conducive to a favorable outcome. Best is basically the best. All right, getting yourself to the best state of mind. Okay, how can you get yourself to the best state of mind so you can attack your day, right? Because like we always say, every day is a challenge, right? Today is a challenge for us. Tomorrow will be a challenge. This weekend will be a challenge. Next week, next month, next year, there's always going to be challenges. But how are you preparing yourself to attack the day? How are you preparing yourself to be at the optimum state of mind so that you can have maximum performance? Because if you sit down and you really think about it, okay, when do you perform best? When you are prepared or when you're not prepared? When we are prepared. So if you want to build a successful, purpose-driven business, the first secret is you got to get yourself into an optimum state of mind every single day. Okay. And it goes hand in hand with what we've been talking about over the last few days, getting yourself to that state of mind every single day. Okay. What am I going to do in the morning? What am I going to do in the afternoon? What am I going to do in the nighttime before I go out and attack my day? Getting to that optimum state of mind is key. And like I say, the morning routine is key. Like I said, you guys are going to hear me talk about this every single day until you guys actually apply the information, because I want you guys to apply this information. I want you guys to see how I feel right now. Like the way that I feel right now going into my day, I'm prepared. I'm ready. So you must prepare yourself, because like they say also as well, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. So don't be the person that fails to prepare. Your goal is to prepare every day before you go out and attack your day. The reason why you're failing in your business, the reason why you're failing in your trading, the reason why you're failing in your investments, the reason why you're failing in certain areas in your life, all right, it's not because of your family, it's not because of your parents, it's not because of the business, it's not because of anything, it's because of your lack of preparation. Lack of preparation. And I'll be honest with you guys, when I came into this business, right, I realized something. I realized that people really don't prepare. I was looking around and I'm like, bro, is that how you go about your day? You just wake up and you don't prepare for your day? Like there's no planning, there's no routine, there's no nothing. Because remember, I'm an athlete, right? Put a 2 in the chat box if we have any other athletes in here. Is there any other athletes in here that played any sports? Any athletes in here as well with me? Right? You see, we have a few in here, right? Anybody ever played any sports or have kids that played any sports or anything, right? What does every athlete do before they actually go into the field or go onto the court or go anywhere? What is the thing that they do? Right? What do they do before they get on the field? Right? They stretch, they warm up, they prepare, they have a routine, they train, right? Workout, prepare, stretch. They prepare before they go on the field. Because what happens? If they go on the field without warming up, there's a pretty good chance that they're not going to be able to perform to the max of their ability. Can they perform? Yes. Will they be able to get some results? Yes. But can we all agree, okay, that if they don't prepare over time, what is that going to lead to? It's going to lead to not as good results. It can lead to injury. It can lead to, lack of results. It can lead to a lot, right? If I was a baseball player, right, I was a pitcher. So my job was to pitch, to throw the ball. I was that guy. I had to warm up every single time. Now, could I go out there and show up on the field and, without warming up pitch? Absolutely. Right. But I wouldn't be able to be at my optimum. Right. I wouldn't be able to be at my best. And if I kept doing that over time, guess what that was going to do to my arm? I was going to hurt my arm, which means I'm not going to be able to get results anymore. And this is what happens to people. People, because of their lack of preparation, because of their lack of paying attention to detail, they don't prepare for their days. They don't prepare for their business. They don't prepare their trading plan. They don't prepare these things. And what tends to happen is this, guys, look, what tends to happen is they end up failing. They end up hurting themselves. They end up putting themselves in a position where they can't perform. And now they're in a lower state of mind. They feel bad about themselves, but it's all about their lack of preparation. That's all it was, right? Look, Purple Ray, she said, singers as well, we have to warm up our voices so that it doesn't crack. Okay. Do you vividly remember how you hurt your shoulder? Yeah, I hurt my shoulder. It was because of overuse, right? I hurt my shoulder due to overuse. So I understand things on a different level now. And when I came into this business, I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a routine and I failed a lot. I didn't prepare a lot when I started this. Okay, it was weird for me because, for 15 years of my life, I had a routine. I got to the field, I ran first. I always used to run first, right? Get the body flowing. After I did my running, I used to do my stretching. Then I would do my band exercises, so on and so forth, whatever it was. And then whatever I did, so on and so forth. And then I would do my throwing, light throwing first, right? But the thing was that I always prepared. And that including the night before with my night routine, that included my morning routine, that included, even the things that I was eating before my games. So when I tell you guys, like yesterday, go prepare yourself, eat good food. I challenged everybody here to eat a plant-based meal or some kind of, vegan, whatever it was. Who actually did it yesterday, right? Type me in the chat box if the first meal of your day yesterday was a healthy, organic, plant-based, vegan, whatever you guys want to call it kind of meal, right? I did it. I felt amazing. Like it was 11 o'clock and I was still wired, right? I ate really, really good, right? I had a falafel wrap with a green drink that had all these great nutrients and everything. It was amazing, right? And I had the energy now to go out there and have a phenomenal day. And that's the key. So step number one is you got to get yourself into an optimum state of mind for maximum performance every day. If you want to have a better next 6 months, or at this point, 5 months, you need to get yourself in an optimum state of mind every day. Maybe you haven't done it up until this moment, but look, I tell you what, I challenge all of you to make it a goal in the month of August, right? August starts next Monday. Next Monday is August 1st. I challenge you from August 1st to August 31st that every single day before you go out there, whether you're going to build your business or not, is put yourself in the optimum state of mind that you can. Put yourself in the best state of mind that you can get into before you start your day. Like I told you guys, what is my goal for this week? My goal for this week is not to make money, is not to sign up people to my business. My goal for this week is to get myself in an optimum state of mind all 7 days, Monday through Sunday. That's my goal. Because I understand how important that is when it comes to creating results. When it comes to creating results, that's the key. So if you want to build a purpose-driven business, because remember now, guess what that does? You're going to lead by example for everyone else in your business. There's a lot of people on this call right now that are on my team, that are personally within my organization. Think about it. Because they see what I do because I'm an example, they're also doing the same. So I have a lot of leaders in my organization that are also doing morning routines. I see it on their stories. They post that they're reading. I was with my sis Jennifer Roblero, that you guys see her there in the chat. She came all the way from her spot all the way down in Harlem. She took the train all the way up just to meet me at the park, just so we can do our morning routines together. Just so she can get herself in that peak state of mind. So what I want all of you guys to understand is that not only does that help for you, but it also helps your squad. Right? I got my brother Carlos on this call. He's waking up at 4 a.m. Think about that. He's waking up at 4 a.m. to get himself right. So because I've been an example, now they've taken what I've taught them and they see what it has done for me and they've applied it as well. And that's what I want you guys to see, is that it's possible for you. So step number 1 is get yourself in an optimum state of mind every day so you can have the maximum performance. That's number 1. Okay. Number 2, okay, is you got to find your passion in this business, right? What are you passionate about? Right? That's a secret, right? What are you passionate about? Are you passionate about helping people? Are you passionate about, gracias. Are you passionate about helping people? Are you passionate about, becoming the best version of yourself? Are you passionate about your parents, right? I had a really good, friend of mine close to me, reach out to me yesterday, and he texted me and he said, bro, how do you find it? He said, bro, I'm having a difficulty, finding the motivation to, wake up every day and, do the work and to just do the business in general. He says, I'm finding it hard. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, right? Anybody else ever feel that way this year? Like you finding it hard to find the motivation or find the just the grind to want to do certain work, to make the phone calls, to wake up and do your morning routine, to post on Instagram, right? If anybody feeling that way, there's nothing wrong with that. I told them, bro, I've felt the exact same way before, bro. But the question that I asked them was, I said, bro, what's important to you? I said, bro, what's important to you? That's what I said, bro. I said, for me, right, the reason why it's so important, what's important to me is my parents. Like there's times that it doesn't matter what book I read. It doesn't matter the conversation that I have with my mentor, Matt. It doesn't matter, certain things. For me, it's my family, it's my parents, my little brother, my mom, my dad. Bro, I find so much passion and motivation in that. Because every day, when I talk to my parents over the phone or when I'm here visiting them, there's just such a fire inside of me to get them into that house that they've always wanted. Like just the other day, 2 days ago, we already started looking at certain places and thinking about certain ideas on, how we're gonna, get that house for them, and it makes me feel so good. And the fact that it's not done yet, that's so important to me that it don't matter how hard or how much I don't want to put the work in. Some days I still put it down. I still get the work in because I am so passionate about that. I cannot not put the work in for me, right? And for that, and for me, and for everybody is different, right? But for me, that's why I could show up every day. That's why I can do it, because I know what's important to me. What's important to me is my family. I don't care that I'm tired. I don't care that this person quit. I don't care that it's the summertime. I don't care. I got to show up. I have to show up. That is my responsibility. My parents invested everything into me. The reason why my parents are not wealthy, or the reason why my parents don't have a lot of money in the bank, is because they invested everything into me and my little brother. We were their investments. You see how people invest into stocks, people invest into houses, people invest into other different things. My parents invested into me, into my little brother. They invested into us. And they're counting on me to get them out of this situation. For 23, 24 years of my life, my parents gave me everything. You guys know my story. When I graduated from college at 22 years old, 23 years old, right? I was living with my parents up until 25, 26 years old. I'm 28 now, right? I first moved to Arizona, right? And then I moved to Miami, and now I'm going to stay in Miami. Okay, I moved back to Miami in the fall. God willingly, my spot is going to be available in the fall. The spot that I want is not available in the summertime. There's no spots available for me in the summer. There's going to come some available September, March. So if everything works out, I should be back in Miami September, March. But, bro, I remember how much sacrifices my parents made for me. They never, ever, ever made an excuse. There was always food on the table. There was always a roof over my head. There was always clothes on my back. Never, ever, ever made an excuse. They showed up every day. So what do I look like giving up on them when they never gave up on me? What kind of son will I be that I gave up on my parents when they never gave up on me? So when things get hard, I think about them. When people leave my business, I think about them. Everything. I found my passion in that. And remember, guys, for some of us, our passions are different. You have to find what you are passionate about. You need to find what's important to you. You need to find what's important to you. For some, it may not be your parents. For some of you guys in here, it may be your kids. For some of you, it may be, for example, Kobe Bryant, his passion was to be the best version of himself. He wanted to be the best basketball player in the world. That was what was important to him. He didn't really have a good relationship with his parents. Believe it or not, he really didn't. If you know about Kobe Bryant, his family actually stole from him. So when you sit down, right, you need to find out what is important to you. Because when you find out what's important to you, that's when you're going to find out and you're going to be able to push through those tough times. And remember, it's important for you to do so. Because if you quit, the people behind you quit. You don't know how hard it has been for me these last few years. This journey is tough, it's difficult. If it wasn't for the motivation and the dedication that I have to help my parents and to put them in a better position so that they can enjoy the last few years of their lives, okay, bro, I would have been quit if I didn't have my parents as motivation, bro. If I didn't make my parents, getting them to where I want to get them important to me, it wouldn't even be possible. I could have had a car. But what do I look like driving a nice car, paying $2,000-$3,000 a month for a nice car when my parents are still living in a house and living in an apartment? What do I look like going and buying myself a house when I haven't got my parents a house? What do I look like wearing all this Gucci, wearing all this Louis Vuitton, wearing all this stuff if I still haven't accomplished what I want to accomplish? You understand what I'm saying? I can't do that. I can't afford that. When I do that, when my parents are laid up in their house, retired, feet up, living the best life, retired with hundreds and thousands of dollars in the bank, then I'll buy a car. Then I'll worry about getting myself a house. Then I'll worry about buying all the designer. Guys, look, I got a regular chain, bro. I got a regular little chain, and I have another one that broke the little piece. I have two little chains, two little gold chains. I know people that have $20,000 chains and their parents are still working. I know people that have Rolexes and their parents are still working. I'm not here to flex. I don't care what anybody says about me. Yo, Nano, you're too humble. It's not that I'm too humble. It's that I'm stacking up. I need a deposit for that house. I need to buy land. I need to build the house. People don't understand that, though. People don't understand that. People are like, Nano, you're too humble, bro. This and this and that. I'm like, it's not that I'm too humble, family. is that I got certain requirements that I got to meet by a certain time, and I'm not living for you. This is not for you. Every check, I got to put something aside for that fund that I have to buy my parents their house. You understand what I'm saying? Even I have different priorities. People have different priorities. Some of you guys, your parents are young. My parents are in their 60s, mid 60s and up. I got to get it done now. I got to make this happen now. You understand what I'm saying? My priorities are different. My sense of urgency is different than other people. So it's important that you guys understand this. You got to find what you're passionate about. Right? Nikki said, mine too, they're in the 60s and the 70s. We need to work, sis. We need to work. We need to make this happen for them now. I want them to look back and be like, yo, I want to see the smile on my mom's face and on my dad's face when they look back and they be like, yo, all those years of working, all those years of sacrifices was worth it, because look at how now we get to live. You know what my mom told me the other day? It's crazy. Listen to this. She said, Papi, I've been working for all these years, 30 plus, 40 plus years. And, she's, retirement is coming up soon. She said, you know how much they're going to pay me a month in retirement? She said, they're only going to pay me $800 a month in retirement. Only $800 a month. She's like, what am I going to do with that? I can't even pay the bills with $800 a month. She said, after all these years that I've worked, she said that I'm only going to get anywhere from $800 to $900 a month. And bro, that broke me inside, bro. It broke me. And inside, I knew that I had her. I knew that I told her, Mom, I got your back. You don't even got to worry about that. But it broke me to know that they did all that they could. They worked all those years for $800 a month. And that is nothing in NYC. Guys, we spend nowadays $800 in a week. It broke my heart, bro, to hear that. Like, imagine if she didn't have a son that was working so hard to make sure that her retirement is solid and she don't have to worry about anything. Imagine if I would have been an ungrateful son, bro. Imagine if I was an ungrateful son that didn't even care, and I would have just been on the streets, and that would have been my life. This is why I work the way that I work. And sometimes I've had people come up to me, bro, Nano, I think you're a little bit too intense sometimes. I think that, you need to tone it down a little bit. But the thing is that people don't understand how passionate I am and how much of a sense of urgency I'm moving towards because of my situation. That's what's important to me. I can't stop. I can't afford to stop. I can't afford to stop. I can't afford to chill. I can't take days off. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how difficult it is. That's just me. That's what's important to me. People don't make it where I'm from. Everybody on those streets is stuck. They not going nowhere, unfortunately. But I say it from the heart because I know that there's people on this call that is feeling this right now. There's some of you that your family is important to you as well. But for some, like I said, it may be different. But you got to find out what's passionate for you so you can build a purpose-driven business. I have people within my organization that are the same as me. They're like, bro, Nano, I feel you, bro. There's people that I don't even have to look to the left or look to the right because I know that they got my back because I know what's important for them. I've been to my brother G Hundo's house. I know what's important to him. I've seen his kids. Okay? I know he's doing this for his family. Right? I've had conversations with my brother KD. I know why he does this. Right? I've had conversations with so many people within my organization that I know that they won't quit. They'll be crazy to quit, because I know if I won't quit, I know they won't either. Because they know that we here and we're going to figure this out together. We will figure this out together. Doesn't matter if it takes us a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, we will figure this out. And the reason why I move with such urgency is because we need to get this now. These are the times. Look, guys, I'm telling you right now, over the next 2 years, from now till 2024, are the most important moments of our whole lives. If you miss this window, these next 2 years, you might not ever get an opportunity again to make millions like the ones that are going to happen in the next 2 years. They say that by the age of 40, you get 3 opportunities to become a millionaire. Over the next 2 years, this is one of those. This is that window of opportunity right here. This is our chance. That's why I move the way that I move. That's the reason why I'm up when I'm up. That's the reason why I do what I do. It's because I found my passion. My passion is my family. And from the looks of it, when we asked the other day on Mornings with Nano, what are the ages? I'll be honest with you guys, there were more people that were older than there were younger on these calls, which means that a lot of you don't have time to waste. A lot of you don't have time to chill and relax. To be 100% honest. Shamai, she's 40. But you're gonna get it, sis. I know you are. I know for a fact you are. I don't doubt it. Delina's 44. I know you're gonna get it, sis. I know that for a fact. Your life can change. You could be 44 today and you could be a millionaire in 45 tomorrow. So don't let the age discourage you. Don't ever let the age discourage you, because I've seen people's lives change in a year, 2 years. You could be 40, you could be 40 and broke today, and you could be 42 and a millionaire tomorrow. In 2 years, everything can change, but you have to find what you are passionate about. There's people that didn't become millionaires till they were 60s. So they were in their 60s. So don't feel like time is being wasted. Move with more urgency. Don't slip up. Work. My sister Jadi, 40. But I know that Jadi could be 40 today and 42 and a millionaire tomorrow. It can happen, but you gotta find your passion. Okay, that's number 2. Find what's important to you if you want to build a purpose-driven business. Because when people see what's important to you, they're going to find something that's important to them. They be like, man, Nano's family is what is important to him. You know what? My family is important to me too. Well, you know what? Maybe your family's not as important. Maybe becoming the best version of yourself is. Maybe your kids are. Maybe everybody is different. But that's number 2. Okay, and I'm sorry I took so much time on that one, but it's because that's what I'm so passionate about, bro. I gotta remind you guys that, like, I honestly, if I'm being honest, I was gonna name this call "What's Important to You," but I was like, I don't just want to talk about that all the whole time. I want to give you some different points. So that was number 2. So we said number 1, the first secret to building a purpose-driven business is getting in an optimum state of mind so you can have maximum performance. Number 2, we said find your passion. What is important to you? And that's a question that if you don't know, you should ask yourself that. Yo, what is important to me? What is important to me? Number 3 is decision-making and commitment. Okay? Decision-making and commitment. Every single day we make a decision. Every day. Today I made a decision to wake up early. I made it. So look, this is how my day went this morning. Right? I woke up. I went to the kitchen. My mom was in the kitchen brewing some coffee. I drank some water. I said what's up to my mom and my dad. They're usually getting ready at that time. I sat down. I started reading some of the book, The Mamba Mentality. I sat down. I had a few good conversations with my mom. I just love spending time with my family. It just, for me, those moments are precious. Those moments, I cherish them. Like, they mean the world to me. So, I sat down, I read, spent some time, had some coffee with my mom. I went to the park. I met up with one of my brothers over there. We meditated, we talked, we read, we did the whole nine. And now I'm here on Mornings with Nano, but I made the decision to get up this morning. I made the decision to get up this morning. I made the decision to jump on this call. I'm going to make a decision to make some phone calls after this and do some things, create my schedule, so on and so forth. Everything is about decision making and commitment. I committed to this. Number 3 is decision making and commitment. If you want to build a purpose-driven business, there's decisions that have to be made every day. You have to make a decision every day to wake up on time, to warm up before your day, to read. Those are all decisions that I made this morning. Think about how many decisions I've already made, and it's only 10 a.m. I made the decision to wake up. I even made the decision to pray. Right? I decided to pray. I decided to practice gratitude. I decided to drink a glass of water. I decided to eat healthy. I decided to read. I decided to meditate. These are all decisions that I made. Why? Because I'm committed to a goal. I'm committed to a purpose. I'm committed to a passion. So you got to remember that decisions have to be made on a day-to-day basis. Day-to-day basis, they have to be made. What decisions did you make today? You only have so many good decisions that you can make every single day, and you got to make sure. Okay, so that was number 3. Number 4, okay, is smart, continuous, and massive action. Smart, continuous, and massive action. You should be honest with yourself. Are you taking massive action right now? Are you truly taking massive action right now? You got to ask yourself that question. Are you taking massive action as we speak? Because that's what this is all about. But that's what he says, though. Smart, continuous, massive action. Smart. So it can't just be any action. It has to be smart and continuous massive action. I learned this from my coach in high school. You know the saying that says, they say practice makes perfect, right? There's the saying that says practice makes perfect. But he always used to say like, yo, that saying is wrong, because you could practice the wrong thing over and over and over again, and it could lead to nothing. So what he used to say was perfect practice makes perfect. Right? That's what he used to say. He said perfect practice makes perfect. And there's really no such thing as perfect, obviously. So, we can switch the word from perfect to progress. I saw my sis put practice makes progress. But he would always say perfect practice would make perfect results, right? That's what it's going to make. So he says you got to be doing the right things every day. You got to be practicing the right principles every day, because you can practice the wrong thing for a period of time and it's going to lead to nothing. Right? You can practice the wrong things all the time and lead to no results. But you got to make sure that you are practicing the right things. That's why they say the perfect practice. Perfect practice leads to perfect. Okay, instead of practice makes perfect, perfect practice makes perfect. So you got to remember that. And that's super key right there. Okay, you got to make sure that you're doing the right things. And for me, like I said, there's a lot of different, businesses and different network marketing businesses in this platform right now. But you got to think about it. Morning routine is key. For me, studying is important. Promoting my business is important. Night routine, so on and so forth. I have a lot of different businesses, so I already know what I'm doing over a period of time, and I just stack it like bricks. Right? You gotta remember, every day that I work on something, I'm working on it and I'm stacking them up day to day, day to day, day to day. My morning routine, my trading, my investing, leadership, calls, so on and so forth. And all I'm doing is stacking them brick by brick every single day, one on top of the other. Boom, 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 boom. Every day. I'm just stacking them day in and day out. So, like, for example, right? I have a few books here. So crazy. I have all these books here in my thing, right? I have all these books here. Let's say I have 3 things I have to apply on a day-to-day basis. Say my day consists of 3 things I have to do, right? So for example, if I have 3 things that let me just lower this right here so you guys can see it, right? My morning routine, done. My trading, for example, done. And my leadership, done. If these are the 3 things I got to do, then guess what? I have to stack them on top of again. Then next day, stack. Then next day, stack. Then the next day, stack. And then the next day, back to it. Boom, 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 boom. Every day, every day. Practicing the right principles over and over and over and over and over again over a period of time. That's what you got to do. Stack them over a period of time. Everybody has different things, but you need to know what it is, right? You got to stack them over time. You stack those bricks over time, and I'm telling you, it'll change your life, bro. I guarantee you that. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I usually take Saturdays off. Okay. They say that you need at least one day to rest. That day for me is Saturday. Right? So I work from Sunday to Friday, 6 days a week for the most part. You got to know that. But it's the smart, continuous, and massive action. Because remember, your team is going to do what you do, not what you say. So if my team sees me doing wrong, they're going to do wrong. Because remember, your team will only do half as good as what you do, and they'll do twice as bad as what you do bad. That was crazy, right? Think about that. Your team will only do half as good as what you do. So whatever you do good, your team will do it half as good. Whatever you do bad, your team will do twice as bad. That sucks when you think about it, because you could be doing the wrong thing and then your team is going to do it even twice as bad. That's why you got to be careful with the actions that you take, because you got people watching you. And if you got people and you got multiple 5, 10, 20 people in your team doing what you do bad twice as bad, it's not going to look good for you. It's not going to look good. So you got to make sure that you're doing that stuff. I know everybody in my organization is not going to put in the amount of hours and effort that I put into this. Some will, some won't, but not everybody's going to do that. So if they can only do half, that's fine. That's why I work so hard, right? Because if I can put in, let's say, 16 hours a day into my business, grinding my face off, and they can only do half as what I do good, right? Then half of 16 hours is 8 hours, which is a full-time gig. That's good for me. If that's all you can do, remember, I would rather 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my effort. Don't let that go over your head. Do not let that go over your head. I would rather 1% of all of your efforts on this call instead of 100% of my efforts. Think about that. Think about how powerful that is right there when you actually think about it. So I would rather get 1% of Carlos's effort, 1% of Drew's effort, 1% of Nikki's effort, 1% of of Shamai's effort, 1% of Eunice's effort, 1% of Phoenix's effort, 1% of Nyla's effort. I would rather 1% of all of your effort that can add up 100 instead of 100% of my effort. You know what that's called? That's called working smarter, not harder. That's why I love my business. That's why people tell me, like, that's why I will never work a job, because I have the best job in the world. I think network marketing is the best job in the world because I don't have to put in all the effort myself. We can all put in all 1% and it'll amount to 100% regardless because it's spread out. You see how that works? At a job, the only way I get paid is if I show up. 100% of my effort is required in order for me to get paid. That's why I be laughing at people when they be like, oh, network marketing and it doesn't work and it's a scam and pyramid schemes. I'm like, bro, you guys have absolutely lost your minds. You guys just don't know how to actually work the business, because guess what? You've had a bunch of people who've joined the business. They never took it serious. They never became a professional, so they don't know how it actually works. So don't talk to me about this stuff. I'm a professional network marketer, so I know how this works. You'd be crazy not to be doing this business, to be honest. You'd be crazy not to be doing this business. I think the whole world needs to be doing network marketing, in my opinion. In my opinion, the world would be so much of a better place if we were all doing network marketing as a profession, though. As a profession. I don't care what people have to say about recruiting and this, bro. Every job is a recruit. Every job, everything in life is a sale. I had to sell you guys to jump on Mornings with Nano. You were sold on you sold yourself to your significant other. Believe it or not. Everything is a sale. Everything in life is a sale. So don't ever look at it in a bad way. Never look at it in a bad way for my network marketers on this call. Never look at it in a bad way. Everything is a sale regardless. You're either, like CJ said, you're either selling or you're being sold. So you need to understand what is probably going to work better for you. I love this business. I will never do any other bit. Obviously, I'll do other businesses, but this will be the foundation, because here is all about people. And in order for you to win in life and in business, you have to help others. And that teaches you the perfect principle of life, which is serve. This is so key, guys. So number 4 is smart, continuous, massive action. And then number 5 is daily review. Daily review. You got to review. You got to review. You got to review. You have to review. There has to be evaluations every week. Daily evaluations, weekly evaluations, quarterly evaluations. You got to be able to check where you are. I told you guys at the beginning of July, yo, what is your 6-month evaluation? Look, I remember actually doing mine. I got my journal right here. I can go back to July 1st when I did my 6-month evaluation. Oh, I actually did it in this notebook. Here it is. No, it wasn't this notebook that I did it. I have 2 notebooks, right? But I did my whole 6-month evaluation. I'm like, bet, let's do it. Look, I did it, my 6-month evaluation right there. July 2nd, 2022, I did it. I did a whole 6-month evaluation. What did I do well the first 6 months? Well, I built a closer relationship with God. I created momentum, new success stories. I attracted great leaders. I asked for more help. My morning routine was solid. I read 6 books. I became an MMX educator. I spoke on stage in front of 10K people. I ate healthier, recruited 40 plus people in 60 days, became a crypto student. I bought NFTs, spent more intentional time with my family, right? Fixed my credit. Okay, these were things that, I did well my first 6 months, right? What didn't I do well the first 6 months, right? Well, I said I need to have better consistency with my morning routine. And what I meant by that is I want to start doing it 6 to 7 days. I said what I didn't do well the first 6 months was learning the word more, praying more. I didn't work out as much. I didn't post as much content. I was irresponsible with certain things. Not enough accountability to my leaders. Lack of organization. My night routine. Staying more present in the moment. My budget. Wake up time. Protecting my energy. Putting myself out there is more. These were things that I evaluated myself after 6 months. Now, guess what? The next 6 months, I'm working on these things. I'm reading the word more. My consistency with my morning routine is more. I'm posting more content. I'm working out more. I'm being more responsible. I'm holding my leaders more accountable. I'm more organized. My night routine is improving, right? You see how now I'm improving myself because I reviewed, and that's what I want you guys to remember, that these are the things that it takes to build a purpose-driven business, all right? So the 5 things that we covered right here, I lost the page, but I think I remember off the top. If not, you guys can help me. I don't want to sit there and look for the page, but we went over 5 things. We went over the 5 secrets to building a purpose-driven business. We said, number 1, you got to get yourself in that optimum state of mind for maximum results. Okay, that was number 1. Number 2, we said you got to find your purpose. Find your purpose. Number 3 was decision-making and commitment. Okay. Number 4 was smart, continuous, massive action. And number 5 was review. Evaluation. Evaluate yourself. Put yourself in that position to evaluate yourself more. I'm glad I was able to remember it off the top of my head. But that's what it takes. Okay? That's what it really, really does take right there, guys. It does take that. These are the 5 secrets so that you can build your purpose-driven business. Apply these secrets, and now you got to look at yourself. Look at the 5 things right there. Look at number 1. Okay, are you getting yourself to an optimum state of mind every single day? No? Then that's something you got to work on. Number 2, have you found your passion? No? That's something you got to work on. Number 3, are you making daily decisions, and are you committed to everything that you said you were going to do? Yes? Great. Keep it pushing. Keep doing that. Are you taking smart, continuous, and massive action? Keep that going. Right? Are you daily reviewing and are you evaluating yourself? Yes, perfect. You should see where you are, what you're doing, what you're not doing, and then start to work on that. And this will be the things that you guys need to do so you can build that, purpose-driven business, guys. If you guys got value from this, put a 5 in the chat box if you guys got value from this. If you got value from this, put a 5 in the chat box. Awesome, man. They're doing some work out there. But with that being said, guys, that is everything I wanted to cover with you guys. I'm so happy and grateful that I was able to give you guys some good value this morning that you guys can take with you and apply. And you can teach this too as well. You can teach all of this because everybody needs to hear this and know this right here. Yeah, I thought you had cows. Nah, I don't have cows. I don't even know. That's the first time. I guess they're cutting grass out there somewhere. But take advantage of this information, okay? Please, guys, this is stuff that every single one of you guys can use. All of us can use this. All of you guys can use this. I promise you. All of you guys can teach this as well. But before you teach it, make sure that all 5 points relate with you. And you should be able to look at these 5 and see what you're lacking and start to work on that. If you're lacking getting in an optimum, let that be the thing that you're going to work on, right? If you're lacking decision-making, let that be the thing that you're going to work on. If you're lacking reviewing and evaluating yourself, start evaluating yourself. Start this week, right? Start doing the things that you got to do because remember, whatever you do is what your team is going to do, what your business is going to be built off. Your business is going to duplicate what you do. Not what you say, what you do. So if you're getting in an optimum state of mind, the people in your business will do the same. Okay. If you find your passion, the people in your business will find their passion. If you're making good decisions every day and you're committed to your goals, that's going to happen as well. If you are making smart, continuous, and massive action, that's the people that's going to do that. And then if you're daily reviewing and weekly evaluations and doing that stuff, the people are going to do that as well, family. All right. You're only going to duplicate who you are. Make sure that you work on that. All right, fam. So I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so very much. I'm going to do a quick prayer for us, and we're going to run this play. All right. So everybody bow your heads and let's pray. Quick prayer. Father God, thank you so much for waking us up on this beautiful Tuesday morning filled with your grace and your abundance. We are so blessed to have you by our side. You're such an incredible leader. We just want to say thank you this morning, God. This whole day, I've just been practicing a lot of gratitude, and we just want to say thank you for your guidance. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for keeping us healthy. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for always being there for us through the ups and through the downs. Thank you for clearing us of any bad energies that are not aligned with our purpose. Thank you for putting us in a vehicle that's going to help us accomplish our dreams and our goals. Thank you for our life, for our bodies, for our immune systems, for everything that you're doing for us. Thank you for this community that you've allowed us to become a part of. Thank you for allowing yourself and your presence to be felt every single morning on these calls. Thank you. Continue to guide us, continue to show us the way. We don't want to ask for anything this morning. We just want to say thank you, God. Thank you for everything that you are doing for us each and every single day. Thank you for the things that you do that are noticed, and thank you for all the work that you're doing for us in the dark that goes unnoticed. And thank you ahead of time for everything that is coming for us. We are just so extremely thankful. Our hearts are filled with gratitude and appreciation for all that you're doing, and we don't want to ask for anything today, God. We just want to say thank you, God. So thank you so much. Let's go out there and have a blessed day filled with productivity and intention. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 All right, fam. So just say thank you. Thank you, man, because we are so blessed. We are blessed beyond our wildest dreams, guys. And, it's just so amazing to see the amount of people that are growing every day, the amount of people that are elevating every single day. And, this is what it's all about, fam. So I love you guys all. I appreciate you guys all. I hope you guys all have a blessed rest of your day. And I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow, same time, 9 o'clock, 9:05 a.m. And I'm coming back with some more fire. All right, fam. So love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like this video. If you haven't liked this video, subscribe to this channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's Long Live Nano. I only have one Instagram. If you have fake pages that are trying to follow you guys, please report them and block them. I've been trying to get in contact with Instagram to get all of these things out of there, but it's just sad the amount of fake pages that are trying to use my image to scam other people. So be careful with that. I only have one Instagram. I will never ask you for money. I will never ask you how's your trade going. To be honest, I will probably never even hit you up first. So be careful with those fake pages. My Instagram is Long Live Nano. My TikTok is Long Live Nano. My Twitter is Live Love Nano. And if you want to find my podcast, it's on Mornings with Nano. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music, it's on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Amazon, fam. So I love y'all. Like this videos, and let's get it rocking, guys. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let's get it.